And then the famous verse, verse 30, he must increase, but I must decrease. See, the attitude that we should all have is I'm not trying to increase my position of how great I am or look great in front of other people. I want God to increase, and for God to increase, you know what that means? I have to decrease. Right. That's what it means. Look, I hope that in Luzon, which is 64 million people, I think I read, I hope that in 10 years, there's 20 churches just like this. And if there's 20 churches just like this, you know what that means? I'm not as important with each new church that gets started. Because there's a lot of great churches. We've got people that are here today from other provinces. You know what I hope in a couple of years? That you no longer come to this church. You know why? Because I want there to be a great church in your province. And you know what that means? Then you will have a man of God, a pastor, to love and respect and follow and just try to help that church in whatever way you can. Right. And we should all have that attitude. You know what takes place at this church? Our church has grown a lot. You know what that means? All of us are a little bit less important percentage-wise. And praise God for it. Right. I opened 5 years, this church has 300 people. And you know what that means? None of us are really that important. We all have a very, very small piece of the pie. Right. Now make no mistake, I think everyone should strive to volunteer and have a piece of that pie. But what it means is all of us are a little bit less important. And you know what I've seen at churches through the years? I've seen churches that start small, and some people are very zealous, and as the church grows, some people aren't happy about it. They want it to be a small church. You say, why? Because then you're very important when it's a small church. But as the church grows, your influence is less. But here's the thing. In the Christian life, we should have the attitude, I want to decrease so God can increase. And look, you can believe it or not, I mean that with all my heart. I hope that in Luzon there are a ton of great churches in 20 years. And what that means is I'm really not that significant because there are a lot of churches just like this. That's what the goal is. And I hope you have this attitude. I want this church to grow. Why? So we can reach more. So we can do more.